Simulmondo was an Italian software house from Bologna. Originally founded in 1988 by Francesco Carla and Riccardo Ariotti, Simulmondo was amongst the most important game developers in Italy in the late 1980s and early 1990s, developing most titles for home computers. They are known for being a producer of several games, including Bocce, known as the first Italian video game. Where I'm from, this game was always known as bowls or boules, but what the bocce is this? Seeing as though there wasn't much about this game, I thought I'd give it a bit of time and love and have a play around with this original Italian sports game. But from now, I'll just refer to this game as bowls. Well, bowls is a game based on the sport with the same name. You start by rolling a small white ball known as the jack. Once it has come to rest, then you roll bigger and heavier balls towards the jack. Here in the UK, we've probably all watched it being played as the crown green variant, usually by old people who shout things at balls rolling along the grass. But I'll admit, I've always wanted to have a go myself.
Thumpeg, come on lad, get him in, go on lad.
This game has, in all honesty, been a real sporting discipline for many, many years, even if it was born in the countryside as an unpretentious pastime. The basic rules of bowls are not many, nor are they too complicated. Each player has 2 balls available, and whoever's turn it is throws the jack ball onto the playing field. After which, you'll throw one of your 2 larger balls, trying to get as close to this smaller jack as possible. Your opponent now throws another ball in turn, trying to get closer to the jack ball, and, if necessary, must use strategy to push your ball away. The player whose ball is furthest from the jack throws their second ball available, attempting to change the situation in their favour by landing closest to the jack. Now, the other player throws their final ball, trying to get closer to the jack ball, or to push away the opponent's ball, depending on the case. So yeah, the player who threw the ball closest to the jack gets to score points. 1 point initially, or 2 will be awarded if the second closest ball was also thrown by that person. Hopefully, that wasn't too confusing. The game screen is divided in 3 parts. Half of it is the lane viewed from a top-down perspective, with 2 markers, one for your position and the other for the direction. The upper right of the screen is where you change your position, direction and spin. The lower right of the screen shows your character from the sideline. It can be played on different layouts such as indoor or outdoor on a country road, and can be played against the computer or another player. Admittedly, even on the easier setting, I struggled to compete with the computer opponent, but I'll admit I was quite enjoying the competitive nature of it all. However, I couldn't help but find the game very slow going, and it felt like the physics as a whole was off. The power gauge was anybody's guess as to how much power to actually apply to your throw, as there is no guide or marker to determine where the ball will actually land. It was through trial and error that I could figure out where the ball might probably land, dependent on how hard I threw it and maybe how much spinning I applied. But it just doesn't seem consistent enough to be accurate. Just lob it and hope for the best. Also, there must be some differences in the friction of both the indoor and outdoor settings, as the ball seemed to veer off on its own accord when playing outdoors. So again, you'd need to spend a lot of time practicing both variants until you could determine which playing area you'd be more comfortable with to have success. In my case, neither. One thing I did particularly like was the animation of your actual character. It was the arm animation, you see. It was definitely incredibly smooth. The way he gracefully takes a few steps forward, then flings. Still, I believe that if you're a big fan of the actual sport itself and want to try something completely unique, then it's certainly worth firing up once and giving it a whirl. It was the first Italian game to appear on our Commodore 64, and I'm certain there will be many of you out there that will remember this game fondly. Oh, and it didn't stop there. Nope, it also came out on the Commodore Amiga 2, just under the UK title of Bowls. If you're really into this game, then at least you'll now be aware it also came out in 16-bit, even though, honestly, I much prefer the Commodore 64 version. Thanks for watching, guys. What did you think of Bocce? Could you play this game, or do you think it's just a load of balls? Hit the like button and let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe, as I'd love for you to continue with me on this epic journey down memory lane. There's plenty more games up on the various channel playlists, which is categorised into year of release and also by game genre. Check those out too, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye for now.
Something, come on, lad.